Renegade. Man, when afraid man in the wilderness. Keep it real and honest round here, no tabloid. Good evening. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon worldwide. When you there. Yeah, man. Alright, so here this. I take off my hat another one, you know. Because I don't want to take off my hat from the other day because I just give them a different kind of thing. But I want to know the verse, Jamaica verse, Prime Minister. Verse. Yeah. I have to take off my hat for that one, you know, because I have to go just cut it down right down there. And the verse, it come up. You remember Andrew Holness always I would go down in the past, 70s and in Ghana in the 90s, 18 and a half years. Listen to me. Jamaica verse Prime Minister of all time, Andrew Holness himself, you know. Andrew Holness himself. Then Seaga, come have it yourself, you know. See that? See them there? Yes, so I have it right there. See them here? Jamaica verse Prime Minister, yeah? But fact check me out, right? See them here? Yes. Fourth Jamaica verse Prime Minister. So, I'm going to start and show you what Seaga do. Mash up the place, or put him on the list. I'm going to show you what Busta start with. Then Seaga, then Bruce, then Andrew Holness. We can't show you everything, but we are showing you someone, so them always against Jamaican people and step up on them. With Seaga now, Seaga, Bruce and Busta running the same thing, you know. Bruce, Seaga, yeah. Yes, man. Let me see this. Straight to Robert. Let me just flush that right away. All right. So right away, you know what the verse thing out there, so, you know. Just show me with that thing there right away, yeah. I remember I don't want to put people on that, so, you know. I don't want to see nothing. Yes. I don't want, yeah. Strength Robert. Okay. All right. I'm going to find that piece of nastiness. Yeah, right away, we don't do that troll thing around us, yeah? Yes, I could deal with it. Because show for start. All right, I could start the show and flush it. So we're going to go from 1963, and then we come to the 70s and go 1980. And then we go up in a 2007, but we're going 2010, and then we come back in Andrew Holness. I'm going to show you how, you know, two of them where you pair them up. You know, you pair up, yeah, I move that way you just say, yes. So you pair up, yeah man, bless up. So you pair up Bruce and Busta. Yes. Because at the same thing, you know, all them rush people and want people that are alive and kill them out and thing. And then, you know, then we look on Seaga, think and I met to them lie, you know, them charge the trees. Now Andrew Holness too. You know, then I want, you know, Seaga did over 400 and me put it up, me showing it. I remember me not do tabloid. So, you know, the tabloid thing on us and I don't that. But Andrew Holness now, the 470 million about me. And by the way, Sir Mark Golden went out with the thing to them, to the press conference. And Big Mama them run go around there. And look how them idle. You know, so I say something I'm going to say nothing to nobody. Like come rush mommy to them. I'm going to beat mommy on the Titans tomorrow again, you know, with this car foolishness. Yes. The world four of them are the same thing. When me done put me come here my package together when I show now. When I say, wow. So you know I pick out Seaga alone. The world four of them are the same thing. They're not different. But you have Holness at the verse. Out of all of them, Holness. You understand him at the verse. You see? So I have a package when I just show out pound of this. So when I say, wow, yes. I have to throw it out this. Yeah. You understand? They have to throw it out. And Sir Mark Golden have to come and correct them again today. And the first but see them do this. Because them come and say, you know, after I remember, you know, them have a farm, Finsa, you have a meltdown. Start from 81. Yes, 81. Seaga get money, Shaw them get money. And we see it. The man them spend over $100 million. And them have everything in front of them and them won't release it to the public. Yes? Them will go show with them one because one of them name pile up on it, you know, Dan Crab, Dan this and that, you know, craft with them. The one of them pile up on it. Seaga, the one of them pile up on it because of them do that. Right? Them not show it. But yes, still Big Mama. To lose a license was supposed to be, because that's on a radio station, send and ask a question. Never play that too. I think I should have played that from the start. Because look how it full now. Mark Golden, I play him thing too, you know. I know not pick it up. I play when it has show you when Sir Mark Golden when go school, him law, in a class, it show everything about it. It shows up. And a matter of fact, we interview him just Saturday last week. Yes? And him tell you, you know, him tell you, say, a Mama P bring him in 2007. That a Bruce schooling around things. That is not 1995 or 96 or 97. 10 years after them bring him in politics. Really, them now put him as a senator. And then in our cabinet now, she carry him over there. So you understand, as a senator. Right? And then turn a minister up there. So 2007, you know, and him tell you, not in the 90s. But Big Mama passed that and gone. And I try to call up and I mix up my whole name. We have watched them long time, you know. I mean, I say nothing, you know, because I play it more than one time. I mean, if nobody pick it up, but me pick up things easy. See? 2017, him do representational politics, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm saying 2017, when thing that come the farmer finance minister for PMP, yes, and then get a seat. 2017, right? Yes. Yes. So him get that. So you know, him a young today, the politics. But them see him not private practice that the way him a do. And I tell you, but yes, still them run out pan him. And at them benefit. And you hear the word, and you hear boot you hear PJ come tell you what them do. Yes. And the first them do it to them wife. Them run out to them wife, Omar Davis. And I say about him at this and him a raper. And him put out and show said him wife 4 years older than him. 4. But they look one of them, they look sperm wheel. This is all labor. Hey, them for stop it, you know. Them for start get lawsuit. Yeah? Sperm wheel run out and E.I. Clark, raper. And from your wife for 9. Say if your wife was 9, that means him a 5. And yeah, man, yeah, wow, you get up when you're 13. These are propagandas and propaganda machine. Where them have to stop, you have to punish them with these things. Then Queenie run out with them foolishness again. And every time them run out, it proves them wrong. And then now learn. Let me start, me show the camera start from Busta, come up. And I show it a break on the heart too. These are people who should have a different party, by the way. So let me start my show here. Let me just start my show right now.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in a them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in a them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude.
I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold like a bull man. We send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical filter. Put up in the rhythm, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.
Yes, man, summer up. Yeah, man, the man of the wilderness, the renegade, the lonesome himself. But there. All right, so I could start from Busta. I mean, I show you me I show you even this can done. So me could start from Busta. I'm going to remind you know, like this. And they were looking at what Busta do to the people them at Jamaica. After people vote and put you in, and I look out for you know, you serve them well, and yes, and you come in, you don't expect to do our people like this. Just watch this. Let me play this first, and then I'm going at something with Busta.
That's what the Prime Minister said.
Bustamante is the Prime Minister. He has on a cream serge pants, a striped blue shirt with white background. He has on a black water boot, and the bottom of it red. He had a 22 in his side. And him say to the police them, anyway you see one or two, bring them in, dead or alive. And what 14 Barnett Street cannot hold, Borg will hold them.
And Borg is a cemetery?
Yes, ma'am. No mercy never sure to Rasta at that time. Bustamante look upon the people and say, Busta say, if him don't kill out the Rasta people and ganja out of Jamaica, God must blind him. It's a judgment upon the land.
Fireman.
God.
The big man of all man. Look here, man.
Fire. Blessed be the God of Jacob.
Oh.
No. I read about the one of that, the massacre. But a Jamaican, you know. And when you can, you know, isolate some people and do them, and then the first time do them use them and do these kind of things to them. This is a Busta. Yeah? I remember, you know. Remember, I'm coming in 62, 63, him do the 64. Him retire from public life. I will show you about Busta, you know. Them can't tell me nothing. Me have think about Busta like that, you know. And I can show you Busta. Yeah. Me show you thing about Busta. So we just kind of Busta. This at the evening start with the Jamaican Labour Party. The evil. Father of evil. One this wicked and this too. This is a father of evil. You know, some people want chant and think about them own thing and go through and at this you deal with people. I could look more deep upon this. The panda thing, yeah. Coral Gardens. I could look upon it. Yeah. Man dangerous, you know. And when them dangerous, you have to deal with them. You see, when am I going to history, you can't go in history and leave this at Holness. You're a joker. You can't go in history every minute and I tell you about the 70s and things. No, man. If this was Jamaica, if this was PMP, you'd have done it straight, brother. Because see what I go on, man. See the date and everything there. Make us see what I go on, brother. See? So we are going from down here, so. All right. Coral Garden incident, also known as the Coral Garden, is hostilities. Yeah? I've my tongue type of me, I call it. The Coral Garden massacre, the Coral Garden riot, the Bad Friday refers to series of events that occur in Jamaica from April the 11th to 30, 1963, following a violent altercation at a gas station in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Police and military force detained Rastafarians throughout Jamaica, killing and torturing many. Exact numbers are not available, but estimate place the number detained individual as high as 150. Well, you know, when you have your own people, them get these kind of things. And then Andrew Holness himself come and talk about him apologizing. But yes, him a coach the youth them now. Him have the same police, same Babylons them and soldier. Over 70 them gone already, you know. Nearly 80. Them kill one per day, sometime two. See? In April 2017, following a legal investigation, the government of Jamaica issued an official apology and condemned its own action in the incident. It also established a trust fund the AIDS survivors. You know what they put for the trust, people? You know what they put for the trust? Let me just go to the Coral Garden and the gas station account. So you know what they put to the trust? Let me tell my people them what they put for the trust. So right here, so at 10 million, you know, for families and things, you know, from this and that and all kind of things. Yeah? Yes. So this are the evil of them from morning. You know, respect get to people, you use them and kill them out and do them this. Because see what Busta himself say so as a prime minister. Because see what him say so. See? Account differ to specify the happening to April 11th. According to police report, a group of Rastafarians armed with spear. This is a police liar report. So it's not now them a tell lie. Hatchets, machete set fire to gas station as part of the attempt robbery. It was no robbery, people. So it's not now the police are tell lie and poor and the needy. And oh, you look, a Michael Manley in 1972 come liberate Rasta in the 70s. After I'm coming in 72. Serious to God. Yes? All right. A skirmish result between the Rastafarian and police who arrived at the gas station resulted in death of 3 Rastafarians, 2 policemen and 3 civilians also in the scene. Separate account published in Public Opinion and supported by a relative of Rudolph Franklin, as well as Syracuse Professor Horace Campbell, assert the violence at the gas station was a result of previous conflict between Franklin and other Rastafarians in the area on one hand, and the police and property owner on the other. So them did want it and them want to do what they want to do and them do this, right? All right, so following that skirmish at a gas station, police manhunt tracked down and killed the other Rastafari who had been present at the skirmish. Jamaica newspapers such as the Daily Gleaner published many articles demonizing Jamaica Daily Gleaner. Una fi answer to we, same on the rush manly. Boy, some things we wanna do over the years, boy, we never like people neither. Demonizing Rastafari and demanding armed intervention. The Jamaica Gleaner, you know, people. Not my words, see in front of me. By the state media also originally described the event of Carroll Garden as an uprising and were later forced to retract their characterization of the event by the Labour Party-led government. April, Good Friday, Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante give an order to bring in all Rastas dead or alive. See the people? See there? Police and military forces enter working class neighborhood and Rastafari encampment to detain Rastafarians and forcibly cut their dreadlocks. Of those who were detained, many Rastafarians were tortured and killed. Exact tally is unknown. One estimate suggests that as many as 150 individuals were detained over the following day. And it over 2 days. Yes? And it continued. So this are the hands of the JLP and Bustamante people. These are the hands of the wicked. God, this evil, you know. This evil. You just come to turn the first prime minister. Then you was a thing the minister, they come over. And the first thing you can do to poor and needy, and you hear make a difference, the order them dead or alive, and anything we can hold in a Barnett Street when a boat cemetery, and for them alone, them that remove it from history. So when I say Rasta follow them now, you know, me I say, okay, carry long tongue them on a Rasta, them a rascal. Yes, them the rascal. See? So the even is starting at them from here. And me can show me play Michael Manley when him say, "Ja, you Ja." Freedom. Musician and all. Yes? This was an enslaved kind of mentality. Because well, Busta born in 1884, what want to think? Make a look upon Busta. Busta born in 1884. Bustamante too. Bustamante. 1960, Bustamante called for Rasta. Okay. See that, me have to try that too. When Mr. Bustamante father, Cuba, all right. Let me draw this. Let me draw some Bustamante around here. See? So this is a Bustamante. So them the pretty for morning. So him when do February 24th, 1984, August. Alright, them just write this, right? Because Bustamante, one of the leading political figures Jamaica during the 20th century, was born William Alexander Clark. Clark! Yeah. Not Bustamante, born Clark. Okay? Continue. And so when born, Benin Estate, Lucy, coastal town in Western Jamaica, was the second of 5 children born in Robert Clark, a white Jamaican. No, he is a white Irishman, Irish planter. And Mary, yeah, them put it, them a try to change the tell about a white Jamaican.
No,
In a
but
Jamaica. When I be Jamaica, whenever even Jamaican, you know, it's a British one boy. So you know, say I was one of them over there. White, what kind of Jamaican? Eh? If him father, that him father might have born before Steve, but this is 18 something I talk about, you know. When him born, you know. You them no white Jamaican. Him father was a plantation guy. Yeah, I one of the slave master them.
yes.
See it? Mary. Him say him mother. See that?
The mother name there. You look for everything, you
Yeah.
know.
She mixed race. See them put color this a lie again. Yeah, mixed race. She a white woman, but him was a white, him was an Irishman, planter. When he married Mary Willis Robert Clark, was employed overseas as overseer as Benim Estate. He couldn't, as an overseer, him was a planter, a relatively large mixed farming enterprise lease and operated by his stepfather. Here there. I'm stepfather, the man who I thought but operated by him stepfather. Feed them one. Alexander Shearer, look on this. You understand? With them just a white Jamaican of Irish extraction. You notice? Come tell us a white Irish them man. And them leave over them gonna tell you the world this and them leave to one estate to the other because them was slave owners. Yeah? Them father come down. So look on this.
When them left the people.
Jane, him used to work as him did leave, you know. Already my talk, Norman Manley, him they turn lie and everything. Alright, so look on this now. And that are not like you can't go make no change, you know. But look on this.
Look on this.
Alexander Clark left Belmont Estate. Because him used to live on it. And went to Cuba in 1905. Initially, he worked as a public transit employee, but he was transferred due to a promotion to Panama. Alright, before this.
Alright. You see this?
He was a police.
He was a police.
And joined the Cuban President Special Police Force. He was a police over there. Between 1910 and 1931. He was a police.
You never know that, don't it? He was a police over there. And him go in the man in the sea and then come back. And 1905, him travel when him out 21. He live at Cuba. He was a police.
Not
see
my right.
See the people?
Yeah,
see that? Him go to Cuba in 1905. But them want to run out and tell us something different.
I thought about winter pan. And what them try to do is pitch up the thing. He also made them have 4 return visit to Jamaica, including one to start out business venture in 1934. He migrated from Cuba to New York. 1934, you know. He migrated. I remember him leave from 1905. He live at Cuba that long. 1934, he migrated to Cuba. He never migrated. He won't go to Cuba. He won't go to New York. We identify himself as, look, you know, Alexandro Bustamante. He changed the Alexander Bustamante. Cultivated gentleman of Spanish bird. It was like I'm a Spanish bird. He worked in private hospital until he returned finally to Jamaica in 1934. So he migrated to New York in same 1934.
And
see that? 1934 he migrated from Cuba to New York.
Yeah.
And introduced himself as Alexander Bustamante. We give them all wrong name. And say him work there, you know, cultivated gentleman, Spanish birth, work private hospital until he returned finally to Jamaica in 1934 same way. Same never in not stay in New York. He never migrated from Cuba to New York. He live at Cuba all at the time. You see?
And I can't sure say he go up on the ship now and him come back and him name change to come have that. But we're not going on that right now. Because I move up. So I move Bustamante and then I go to him now. When I say from the start, the first Prime Minister of Jamaica, look him crush black people. Look him crush Rasta. Far right. Look what him do to them. They are alive. Eh? You understand? Yes. Dead are alive. Look at crush the people them, sir. Eh? This bad. They can move this.
See? And I can't show the one there. I can't show the one there when him come up with him lie, you know. Right? Me show him because him dangerous. Right? Alright. Me come off of that. Yeah, me can move this. Alright. So me could go to him not them now. You know, you just come in and the first thing you do, you crush what one people them. The poor and needy. Pick up for the white boy and them run down this and them, and you crush for one people them. And use them here. You not give him vote. And this is what them do to people them. I'll grass back ahead them do them bad. And when this apologize to do what? So me could look on so we move the Rasta now. And you hear the Rasta begging them, I'm playing back again.
Never.
Yeah, I'm going to play back Rasta. Hear this.
Bustamante.
Tell us what the Prime Minister said.
Bustamante is the Prime Minister. He has on a cream serge pants, a striped blue shirt with white background. He has on a black water boot, and the bottom of it red. He had a 22 in his side. And him say to the police them, anyway you see one or two, bring them in, dead or alive. And what 14 Barnett Street cannot hold, Borg will hold them.
And Borg is a cemetery.
Yes, ma'am. No mercy never sure to Rasta at that time. Bustamante look upon the people and say, Busta say, if him don't kill out the Rasta people and ganja out of Jamaica, God must blind him. It's a judgment upon the land.
Fire, man.
God,
The big man, a ball man. Look there, man.
Rastafari. Blessed be the God of Jacob who live.
I did answer that because 1964 him come out of representational politics and thing, come out of public life. So the other one was acting Prime Minister until him win, you know. He was the Prime Minister, Donald Samster. You notice him not put him up. I like then get pies him and move him out and put Seaga. See? Yes. You understand? So you notice me put up four. Put up four of them. So me just go to, me leave from him there so now, I'm going to go to Seaga. That are the 60s. All people them go under these bandage and these evilness. So I go to Seaga. I go see what Seaga do now. When you have a man like man, they come and give you no more Boston and servant. I can do everything for the people them now, for up, you know, for consciousness, selfishness and aware. And put in the thing them for the people and tell us self-reliance we're dealing with. And come and put everything to the people. No, it hurt them because they take a backside. Because back in the 60s, remember them did run the 6 company of the backside, you know, American company. You can't do anything and you run it on them thing. The same way they made Casco back in the early days because Batiste just please them, but him touch. I want people, but him please them and leave them and them good. So when him start, when Casco come take over this now, you know, say, okay, Casco did no more of this, so he just fight him too. See? Them thing they can't work, you know, might not be it right. So anyway, because see what them do in a Jamaica now. In a with Edward Seaga. At the same thing, you know. Remember, this is what Edward Seaga do. Thousands of people them dead, you know. Because them are dead from the 70s. But in the 1980 election, they make it even bloodier. As so much dead one time. Because you can look on the dead toll. Me can show you it. So when you have a 300 dead or how much dead, it come up now to 889 the first time. Murder class, hey, a road where you have like an anything there, yeah? You can't sleep, man, I tell you something, be careful. When M16 just come in, you know. Remember, you know, we are watch news and we are say the M16 from like Vietnam and them place them because them have it. We see what I want. But when the M16 man, I tell you say one gun, can you line up 7 man and run through them body? Yeah, I say, killer one time, it make a place to there. I say, well, then enough people are dead. 800 and nearly 900. For the, you know, for us and betray our country. Nearly kill Bob Marley, them go shoot Bob Marley. Burn on evening tide. And these are the same people I tell about dark, Andrew Holness. Where am I go? Them are what for teaching about. Look here, not my word. Don't take my word. Can you notice? I'm gonna play my things, them, not take my word. Watch this.
The schooling is adequate for all. And remember, Cuba has more doctors and more teachers per capita than any country in the world. And they have succeeded in these areas, and it's all state supported, which means people don't have to put money out for the medical care or for they of course pay the cost indirectly as a whole society, but they don't have to pay the bill in the hospital and so forth. And so that cannot be allowed to stand. It's a very bad example for the United States. So there is a very large mass of people out there who can look at Cuba and say, well, if they can do it, and on a per capita income of $2,000, $2,500 a year, where ours is $22,500 a year, what's wrong with our system? I mean, maybe we ought to consider an alternative.
That's why Nicaragua, Sandinista Nicaragua, had to be destroyed.
Exactly. They were a bad example, and that's why Grenada had to be destroyed, because any movement that comes to power with the idea of providing for all the people and of escaping the control of the United States and its economy, let's say the corporations and so forth, then that is bad news here in the United States in the upper circles of power.
You hear this? Watch this now. Kurt, I tell you about them now. Watch this. Remember now we are talking now.
Publications. Who is Lewis and what has he been doing over the years, and why is the government so outraged by him?
Well, his background is it's thoroughly legitimate, standard, if you will, journalism. He was assigned for a couple of years in Manchester, writing for a couple of prominent news organizations.
Manchester, England?
Yes, Manchester, England. And eventually made his way through London back to the United States, where he gravitated to a scrutiny of the CIA and the intelligence community, watching the revelations of the Church Committee, information that he had come across in his research, some of which he had published as part of news stories previously, other parts of which he was not permitted to publish by the nature of the press establishment. And so he put together with Bill Schaap and Ellen Ray the Covert Action Information Bulletin, whose function was to focus on the intelligence organizations of the United States and discuss and expose in a perfectly legitimate way the covert action activities of the CIA principally, as well as the other intelligence organizations. I believe they formed that in about 1976 and have been in Washington since, publishing stories of true stories. Their quality, their standards of journalism are exceedingly high. That bulletin is distributed in the State Department, and it's sold out the first morning that it's put on the stands in the State Department newsstands. They also publish in that bulletin the names of CIA agents and where they are now, as they're assigned and reassigned about the world. I believe that in very recent months they have ceased the policy of publishing names because the controversy is so hot, and they would just as soon. And also, it's never been their intention to break the law. They've made that clear from the outset. Bill Schaap is the brother. He is a highly competent attorney and is the brother of a top sportscaster in New York City. He is a very articulate man himself and has testified to the Senate many times against the names of Agents Bill, for example, and defending what he and Lou Wolf are doing. And after his testimony, many times senators have come up and shaken his hand and said, I disagree with you, but you certainly make your case for the legitimacy of what you're doing very well.
Let's take a look at some of the things which Lewis Wolf had to say, and we'll let you comment ever so often on this, okay? What, in the years that you've been publishing it, do you think are some of your most significant revelations? Are there some stories that even shocked you?
Well, I think one of the big stories that we were able to document in some detail was the whole scope of CIA activities, similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980. And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of.
So you hear this around covert kind of thing in our country. They didn't betting by Seaga, use them and the merriment them to mash up people and kill them. Eh? This party. Eh? And he might talk about that there. About people them our life, people them life can, you know. Continue.
Of what they did in Chile, including 3 major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the multilateral organizations, the International Monetary Fund and others, to withhold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You particularly mentioned those first 2 examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were...
All right, let me say something before anything else. Them man, I tell you what go on in a Jamaica and what them do and all them black the thing and thing. Them man, you see it? You see, remember in a Jamaica and a party nobody attacking. Them document them. Same like what them do in Africa, do other places. You can't have no political party. Them have no, listen, them have no morals. That's why Andrew have no morals. Them have no morals, so you can chat to nobody or you run them down. If you know your history, you don't want to talk about you go with a party like this. Yeah? You understand? Eh? You hear this? The old people, them kill them. Remember Michael and Power, them want the power, you know, them want back the backside, them want some other things, you know. Don't free up the people, them. Don't educate them, don't do this. And this is how them do. You might tell about the old people, them want. Eh? He not come from Jamaica. Them talk, them thing and them document, them thing and put it up. Hear this.
This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You particularly mentioned those first 2 examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this home. And as it turned out, the place burned down in the space of about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. It was discovered that the phone wires had been cut and that the exits had all been blocked. Even those who could see their way out could not get out. That the means by which the fire was set was the use of a petroleum jelly, which was unavailable in Jamaica. This was one indication, among others, that there was outside help. Why would the CIA, you might ask, why would the CIA want to murder 150 old women? It was because it was an effort, part of a very large-scale effort to discredit the government in Jamaica, which was at the time headed by Michael Manley, the Prime Minister. There were images produced of Michael Manley in the media, in the Daily Gleaner, which was the newspaper which the United States, through the CIA, helped to support. And there is a good deal of evidence of that. There were images of Michael Manley showing a death mask. I mean, it was his face which had been somehow made to look like a death mask, although it was pretending to be a photograph of him. And there were many ways to try and discredit him. This is very, very similar, in fact, to what the CIA did to try and discredit Salvador Allende in Chile. If you remember Richard Nixon.
I'm telling you something. We can't make all pledges, but you can't ban in no country. Seaga never even ban in the country. And you can't ban in our country. And you betray that country like this. And you make a next man will come from Boston, come and work. Come and work with film country that. And you come and you kill all people, you do everything, and you turn for your brother and sister and them come out here, shoot them. Man, have to start defend themselves, you know. Yes. You understand? And I look out for people and I sit up. Remember Michael Manley in power. So Michael Manley not rush him in power, in that state power. He have to build gun court for them, you know. Gun court. And a matter of fact, if you listen him tell us the fire them are rage it and the bullet them are back and him put them under manners. If you listen him tell about it to him. He tell about it. See? He tell about it. See, can them have to get rid of him. Seaga come by the place, enrich himself and come by the place. Me tell us the worst setup a Prime Minister Jamaica ever seen. These four what I put up. No two way about it. But Seaga was the evilest out of everything to where put with you. Andrew beat him. Can't take money to him. Seaga, yes, man. But I put up his money and me show him and take money to him. I remember him come out and him poor. Yeah? And these are the people who have go back in our history and I say stop interrogate and stop, you know, go around and push about history because you know history not good. And it documented, it is there. But through the PMP never used to do no PR this way. Just make it stay. And you don't do fact checking, then get rid of a lot of things. This evil though, you know. They kill all old people for this credit and then the Glean and name card too. Continue.
Nixon instructed the CIA in a meeting which was in 1970 in the White House, and there was a document in the Senate report which is reprinted, and he said, "Make the economy scream." Those were his words. And that's of course what the CIA proceeded to do in Chile, and that's what they also did in Jamaica.
They also furnished a lot of munitions and assistance to the terrorist squads that were going around killing people in the cities and also in the countryside.
You know what I'm saying? Them are telling you what them country do, you know. Them give but you know, I expect man they have power. You have power and something, you're the Prime Minister. And then, you know, you there and you have time to run out and man I try to force you out. And I work them time, you know, the IA, them knock you and do all kind of little things. They play a screen and them a give gun and everything for shoot you. And then them try to twist that way, there is no twist. Bad man, they come and sing or what a twist and them shoot him. Listen the tune about that twist. Google the lyrics and they say if you say some bastard. You're band them a bastard, Jamaica, you're a bastard. Some are gag and hooligan and gag in a rat race. When the cats are weird, the mice will play political violence in the city, yeah. Don't for mix up Rasta in your say Rasta now work for no CIA rat race. Them shoot him. Him go back after them shoot him do a tune him who we who are. Them a fight for power. Say ambush in the night. Go just read the lyrics and you know it dedicate to them personally. Yes. Yeah. Them should have charged them with treason, brother. And these are the same people that tell us, you know, the PMP march of the 70s, this is what go on. I big mama them for charge for treason. Them evil. You can't take people life. You know, so much life. For what? And then you turn around and then you use party and I say, we are the best, how we do this. We start from Busta and show you say them evil. Yeah. You understand? No, I now put up my number there to my sister. And everybody more, you know, call me. Sometimes I'm in an attacking mood, you know. You know them way that my sister, yes, I don't want them car, yes. And them can show me, I don't want nobody come up and show you neither. It's about brethren. We're in a different meditation, my thing them far. You know that sister Paula. My sister that, you know, my little sis. Yes. You understand? This evil. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, man. No bad man, them know who. You understand? Yes, them know who. And that's why you see the Rasta, them as a tribal war, you know. The one of them area man come out and say, well, Max Women, them war in a Babylon, and Clancy Echo, them, you know, come produce my father, Banya, I and I, Banya. I heard them a drop and say, well, you the tune them, my father, Banya, I and I, Banya. And do them with Jamal and free education and the one of them thing. They can say, I stand firm, and the one of these things. Can them have a Rasta. So Rasta know it. Rasta artists know it. That's why bad man, Sir Michael Man, they said, Jah! I hear your Jah. Can big up every denomination, you know. Yes. Yeah, man, you understand? Then they put up Barry Jim, go play all a fresh to man and say I got the moving man. They have a fire. But you hear this too. Hear this. Yeah. Yes, hear this.
Of course, what the CIA proceeded to do in Chile, and that's what they also did in Jamaica.
They also furnished a lot of munitions and assistance to the terrorist squads that were going around killing people in the cities and also in the countryside in Jamaica as well.
That's correct.
Well, John, you had a trip down to Jamaica, and you saw a lot of these things about Jamaica with your own eyes, right?
Yes, indeed. A very moving, a very interesting trip to me to see a target country at a time in the height of a CIA operation when I was completely outside. So there's no way that I could see the problem that journalists have always had when the U.S. government was targeting on a country in a situation, trying to destabilize it, overthrow or manipulate the elections or whatever, of trying to figure out what's going on when you don't have access to all of the flow of cables and the discussions in National Security Council meetings and whatnot for the planning. I observed that from published information, the CIA station there was quite large for that size of a country. It was huge, in fact. It was bigger than any station I knew of in Africa, although Jamaica was a fairly small island with 2 million people. That's typical of when the CIA has got a big operation going in a place. They beef up the station and beef up the offices back stateside. The tone and flow of articles in the Gleaner was, of course, as Lou says, definitely a chapter out of Chile or a chapter out of the Angolan operation. Every indication of a massive CIA operation going to destabilize the government, to make the economy scream, and in that case, I would say that probably someone got promoted for that one, probably several people.
Because Manley was run out of office.
Because it worked.
By a legitimate election.
Without a scandal, without an assassination, without the things that have caused the CIA so much grief, Manley, a champion of social democracy, of giving the people a piece of the pie, was thrown out of office, and an arch-capitalist was put in office.
You hear this? Without this scandal and thing, this is where Andrew, them see it and study it, you know. So what them do, them come with them scandal and them PR. That's why you say, hey, could I dare you, man, I go and keep some show and make some bag of money, man. I'm have to sit down on my chair, man. Yes. You have to sit down on my chair because you can't make a country go like this. You can't have 100 police. You can't have a guy with 28 bank account and continue right now. Them have death squad that kill out the youth, them do human rights work. Them have the police that kill me. Today, when you hear my chat to Rubio, yeah. When you hear my chat to Rubio, you hear my tell you say, what they want, they might tell you say, the travel advisory, if them can look at it for them and move it. So you kill out some youth. Remember it early in the year, you know, and in December, you know, and you said the tourists, them all them safe. Nobody never there walk on earth tourists. Nobody. Nobody now walk on earth tourists like that. Where the government did not talk about the people, them at Jamaica, that's why they put it in. It wasn't about the tourists. So they matter about the tourists safe and Jamaica safe, Jamaica not safe. Say a businessman just go in yard and them just shoot him down. Say the next one that can't, when them want to shoot you, they will shoot you. So them not say who them want to shoot. And the hospital, them not fixed by the way United States, it don't fix. People still are dropping and are dead. No medication, nothing. See? Yes. But through him tell them, I feed them with things that them want to hear. That's why them send him. Don't make a mistake. You know, it's a 4 questions alone, them saying for you ask. Them for you ask. 4. Or if you have people, and then hear the question with them ask 2 other questions about foreign relation. 3. 80 and about war, and then on go 2 about one somebody asks and one somebody asks the next piece. He says garbage. I can't continue play this. So are the evilest. Hey, them, me not the foolishness with them, you know. Me not do flip-flopping, you know. Continue.
And again, there was minimal adverse publicity. Lou Wolf and the others were studying the situation and did publish about what was going on, but it was not published in the New York Times and the Washington Post, and the big television networks didn't do studies on it, primarily because even if the journalists of the big organs knew what was happening and might have wanted to, they really just, because of the secrecy, couldn't get the truth about what the United States was doing. One interesting thing was that the effectiveness of the liars in our government, you know, the duplicity. When we formed the CIA, we committed our leaders to having two policies as loose as the rhetoric, the public statements, and the truth about what United States policy is. So an interesting measure of presidents is how effectively they lie. Interesting discussions that occur inside the CIA is about lying. Would you lie? You know, you're the DDO and you're going to testify to the Senate, and it's serious discussions. Are you going to lie? Because if you do, it's perjury and there's a chance you could go to jail, and yet, you know, the organization expects you to lie. President Carter was one of the most effective liars I have ever watched on television and through the media. As a poker player, man, I would never go up against that man. He could look at that camera and say things that obviously he knew were completely and totally false. And I would study his expression and I could detect nothing except occasionally a little wisp of a smile that wasn't consistent with what he was saying, like he thought it was funny. But one of his more classic
tick, actually.
Yeah, well, the smile that I was referring to wasn't that. It was just a kind of like he was repressing a grin, like he thought it was funny. How he rationalized these things, I don't know, but one of his most conspicuous lies was when he sat down with Manley just a few weeks before the elections in Washington and told him face to face that the CIA, don't have the CIA doing anything to destabilize you or your government. We have no such program going, when obviously he did. And he pulled it off to the point where even Manley was troubled. Very effective lie.
It's a man in the trouble. Man in the trouble for two man that talk about it. Man that tell us, oh, them know me do it, and them tell you. I remember the man was a scholar. He was a pilot, you know. The man him fly in a World War then a Monday. He trained in Canada. You never know man was a pilot. Man was a pilot. He was a scholar too. So man was a pilot. Them can't trick him. You understand? Hear this.
Or view than the opposite view contended, that Manley's ultimate aim is to take Jamaica into the Cuban orbit and to transform the society into a Cuban-type society. They have, in fact, implemented many of the types of institutions that are necessary for the transformation.
What sort of thing?
Training programs.
It is.
We have, for instance, some 1,000 Jamaican youths that have now been trained in Cuba under a program that has come to be known as the Brigadista program.
That was a lie.
Because the purpose of the program is to set up Marxist-Leninist brigades.
You know, Marxist and Leninist brigade. When you think about it, no, not big people. When you think about it, Marxist and Leninist brigade. They read about Lenin and Marxist, right? So you talk about like in Russia or China, one party system, communists, straight communists. And at that time, send them going to China, Cuba. But yes, still Cuba that time, they look how we are now. Cuba, they from them time, they know. Till now, I look how we. When they attack, Cuba cut the road them. Monday, I do everything. I do the school them. Jose Marte, GC Foster College. You have some the micro dam, and them I build them too, you know. And man, they do this, you know. Man, they teach them about tourism, them I do. Them can do what them come do. So you get to learn skill and trade and about doctors and everything. This was lie. This was total lies. You hear what man this about this. I know to if you think about communism, you won't even run, you'd just ban, you'd just lock him up. You'd have put them under manners and lock them up on one party, them couldn't stop you, that turn Cuba a long time. From the 70s. All this was lie. You train 1,000 youth to send them with different barriers. Language barrier. Yes, still, Cuban, you never have to send them because Cuban, they are Jamaica by too much toes. Now build up the place, build up the place. This was lie. Yes. Yeah, Barrington, big up yourself. But these was lies. And at this, Andrew one is because him like, go back in the history. So we are teaching the history of the worst Prime Minister of Jamaica ever see. Them kill a lot of our people. And not just the money gone, you know, but a lot of our people, them perish under the man. This is one of evil, you know. Busta, start from Busta. Start from Busta. These things, when I run out and I show you, you have to draw back to one of them things and show them what them do. show them all them evil. Yes? So this was a lie. You know, Brigadier stand this and that and all kind of thing. It was a lie. Continue.
To return to Jamaica, to indoctrinate the peasant people, and they were...
Peasant, that about the poor people, them have nothing to look for, I call them peasant. Peasant people, indoctrinate. These things are lie, you know. Cuban, in our pandemic, who come help, who have the fish hospital and all kind of things in Jamaica. Fish clinic. Eh? But this is how them do, and them take him and put for money. Not tell nobody. This is how them out of order, you know. Eh? This is how them out of order. And I talk about dark days in the 70s and how they mash up the country. And your Holness. I've spin one Busta and I've spin one them people here. The man will give you some self-consciousness so we can stand up as a nation. He might try to push under. So he might try to rub him out. And your Holness will pat cat. Continue.
Class people.
The relationship with Cuba arises partly because Cuba is our closest neighbor, partly because Jamaica has always had a friendship that is traditional, really. With Cuba, it goes back into the 19th century. We find that we both share a deep commitment to the liberation process. We take a similar view of, Nicaragua. We take a similar view of South Africa. We took a similar view of Ian Smith.
Do you take a similar view of America?
No, I don't think we take a similar view of America. I think they have, of course, a very unusual and painful experience.
Do you think that your support of Dr. Castro and a certain number of his causes, that having Cubans here, has helped to antagonize the United States towards Jamaica?
Well, first of all, I've never supported Dr. Castro and his causes. I've discovered points where we have similar causes.
You want to tell you, in a supporting both him cause, I have point where you might have similar thing, and he tell you the truth. And he said, neither do Dr. Castro with him. Hear this.
Their causes. I don't support his causes, nor he mine for that matter. But that the relationship has contributed to and been the cause of strain with the United States, of that there is no question. It's a matter of principle.
Why did you do it? I mean,
because it is a matter of principle. Because to me it is an absolute matter of principle, and it isn't negotiable, and it will never be, no matter what price is paid. It is not negotiable for me to believe that a small country has to determine its policy by reference to what some powerful neighbor feels.
Okay.
Comrades, all I can say, the international community has been run by the big powers for hundreds of years.
Now you have a man like this, where teacher consciousness and tell us to run from the state, run by the big powers for hundreds of years. You know the man I say so, and you move a man like this and betray him over one people can just and you are trying to 5 grand again and pack food. In the work around yourself, you know. In the work around yourself. Because we're bitter from them days till now, you know. We're still bitter, you know. We're still bitter. Bitter what them doing a Coral Garden, what them do to Rasta too, you know. All them kill half of people, you know. And the Busta and the Seaga, how much of our people in perish too, you know. And then do. Well, I go to Bruce. Why see about Bruce too? And then we go to Andrew Holness. Continue.
And where are we?
It is.
Where are we?
Upsetting Jamaica's powerful neighbour seems to have been a Manley speciality. When he came to power in 1972, he moved into head-on conflict with the interests of American big business. Bauxite is big business. It's the raw material from which aluminium is made. It's only found in a handful of countries, and Jamaica has 2 billion tons of it. Before Manley came to power, the entire Jamaican bauxite industry was controlled by 6 North American companies. The country's greatest natural asset belonged to someone else. The Jamaicans received only a pittance in royalties, about $40 million a year. After they were elected, Manley's government began to negotiate with the bauxite companies, and after fierce resistance began to buy into the industry, mainly by compulsory purchase. 2 years later, Jamaica was paying for a 51% controlling interest, and her revenue from bauxite had gone up to $200 million a year.
That agreement creates a new and, we believe, historic partnership between the company and Jamaica.
He also formed the International Bauxite Association, a producers' cartel similar to OPEC in the oil industry.
Hey, look at the man are smart now. The man knows how we have the backside, you know, over 2 billion. And the man creates something like OPEC. With the backside, one who have it and say you have to get bigger money. And you know, say, they have something they can play sure man, you know. Yes, the man that send knowledge of power. Man say, listen, when them raise anything, we have to just take it. Him have something in my play it, him say, and the 40 million him not getting at 25. And him go up 8 times that him get 200. And him tell you say when things happen in Jamaica now and I cannot think and lick it if I never this. We gone. Because remember, you know, when Busta them come in, you know, the people them have a fun time for that 10 years there. Them have the backside, them do anything but them want, them have the beach. Man they pass. So man they pass that non-Jamaican can't hold it and not neither, you know. Can't do it. And the beach, that's free up to, you know. See I go them take it and give it back. Let them do it bad, you know. And you have some stupid people because them don't know the history. And if you don't know your history, you don't know, not the present where you live, you don't even know where you live. You just get up and a man says something, you repeat it. It's a repeater. Yes? And tons and food. That for stop. Knowledge of power. That's why I tell you it's hard for me to sit down and reason with anybody. You know? Not doing it. Waste of my time, that. Saying? Waste of my time. You understand? Yes. Continue.
It was to ensure that poor countries got the maximum revenue from one of their few natural resources.
So not look out for Jamaica alone. Him look out for the third world. Leaders of the third world. A real statesman. South Africa, him go fight, hey. Him fight against apartheid. And some things when him do it unbelievable. It documented. But him, when we see Holness run out for a man like Michael, you forgot away. You forgot away. How much people run out and say Monday, rob up any money, not even 1 cent. But we use the red copper cent when him in a power. When him come in a power, the red copper 1 cent, not even one you can't tell him about. Him and them administration. Say, not even 1 cent. The thief in start from Seaga, you know. No, it start from them because man they do something from them. Them did borrow some money from IMF and they rob it up. Me have that, you know. Me have it some about them. I boss one of the day. Me have it. Me have it. Yes. You understand? Them they rob up some money with them they get. Yeah? In a 67 nothing about some school thing. They rob it up. They rob it up. Right? So them they do something for it. Me have it. Me have it. Me have it. Now I show it when I time. Then see I come thief more. You understand? Yes. You understand? Them come thief more. And then Andrew them the verse. Continue.
But more significantly, it was the first time that Manley, using his socialist principles, went into action against American huge corporations and won.
Let's remember that wherever imperialism works, the people must unite to defeat it.
In the eyes of some Americans, Manley had also threatened the security of the United States. Aluminium is used to build warplanes and rockets, and control of bauxite now lies outside America.
You hear that? Say, in the eyes of some of them are threatening them because it build warplane and rocket and now him control it. So, yeah, threatening them. All them foolishness there. Eh? And they use a guy like Seaga and then they use who round them and kill out so much of our people. Look for 1980 bloody election, it's 889 Seaga them cut down. Yeah. And you can't go talk about if a man defend himself if you go attack him. Seaga them cut down 889. Different from when them killed back by the 70s. Eh? You understand? Different from when them killed back in the 70s. When a man tell you, say, yeah, if you self-conscious and aware, education, and a matter of fact, this was the first time you get free education and free health system and a free government. Real free. Hospital have real food. My granny used to work at Bustamante. When I look at that, they talk about Bustamante, you know, in another sense, and I have been start talking back up crap, you know. Them put out beer fasting and them thing there. You just fact check them. No more lies around here. None. None. The one fish headless. None. By the way, by talking about lies, when you say the country, yeah, when you say the economy, I take a battering, right? When you say everything gone down, right? When you say we're in a recession, but yes, still there are no apocalypse. See, we're going to do something with TVJ, and them no question this. I said the tourism are going good and it grew and all kind of things. The whole of last year. This, remember, you know, them have the statistic with that, you know, because them know, and you know, it turned on. That's why you see the Prime Minister attacks for lift up for the tourism, for lift it up and make the thing run proper. The travel advisory. But yes, still him go do interview with TVJ and them not correct him. I tell you, all them make much money out things are going good, not go so. This is what them do all the time. Just go and do PR without the TV station and thing even question them and say no, but this come out. We your Bank of Jamaica come out, we see the private sector them come out and say, hey, we have to do something. So oh, you are saying it grow at the sector, all right. Them not questioning. That's why Jamaica run like this. See? I'm gonna play this. Them dangerous, you know. Them dangerous. Very dangerous.
And our survival isn't going to be played out merely among Americans. So in these programs, we've cast an ear toward men and women of other nations who have something to say about the new ball game, the real World Series in which the human race will win or lose together. Tonight, two views from abroad. This is Michael Manley, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. He leads a small island republic in the Caribbean. For 300 years, Jamaica was a colony of England and only gained its independence 13 years ago. Michael Manley's father was a leader in the independence movement and a former prime minister himself. While Jamaica is small and dependent on tourism and bauxite for the health of its economy, under Manley, the country has begun to assume a role of leadership in what is called the Third World, those largely non-white countries in the southern half of the globe that were once colonies and are now seeking their own path to national pride and economic growth. I talked with the Prime Minister on the terrace of his home in Jamaica. Why do you consider Jamaica part of the Third World?
Well, I think that the Third World is made up of countries that have shared a certain common historical experience, firstly, and secondly, who are aware of that fact.
What is that experience?
And that experience, of course, is well documented and talked about, and that is the problem of being part of that formerly colonial empire, which...
in fight against the colonial and the empire, you know, until they forget conscious and aware, you know. Yes? And it go down, but the end of this right, that's so. Let me tell you about the end of this. The end of this right, that's so with Sir Mandy, the amount of people, Seaga them, move out of the way. This party is a work, this party, you know. And continue to tell lie and propaganda. And love go back into the past. When you have such a rancid past, you go back and try. I don't know if you can't distort the truth. When you say who come interview man there, you see they interview them with them who work with Seaga, who work with what I want. Remember, and nobody at Jamaica tell you this, you know. And them have it well documented. So the JLP can't rub it out. Them can't use a rubber and rub it out, you know, and say what them want to say. That's stupid. It don't make no sense. Things when I show you now, like I said, the PMP assessor. How the JLP assessor know? You see, I was saying. Yeah, look back on some things in the past. It changed, you know. When you can go back and draw back for footage and these things documented and them things there, it hold them accountable. Them can't trick on. No more trick. So we move from there, so because we have so much thing for a show with Sir Mandy and thing, but we have moved because 4 of them have feature miss the time around. So I move to. I see them with them play. When we done, we just run through, I'm going to show you in 1980, 889, and the bloodiest, that had it started the bloodiest year in a history of Jamaica, for just getting a power. Can you imagine when you count, you see 10 people together, you're going to dance, and you see 200 people. Say, I'm going to need to kill 1,000 to get power. And you don't just blame CIA because listen, if you have international body that come give you guns and I give you what they want to give you. If a matter of fact, if you not take it, I have nobody to take it. Remember them now come themselves come do it, you know. You can't get overthrown, you can't get pushed out. And then you have the paper head and the big boy head and abetting these things because they rather keep it by themselves and anger our people. But some of our people, them stupid too, you know. That's why them get hold back so long, you know. You understand? And I like Singapore, we say grow. And when we look down there, pay beauty. Man, them forget smart. You understand? These people can't talk to him. I could go to Bruce. I could go to Bruce schooling. So Bruce schooling, he went up and down to and go on with film thing. Right? And them go and them mash up the economy after them talk and them went up and down and attack. So I could go to film and I could go to this and that. See? Then him go for film thing. And when him go for film thing, what him do? What him do? Him go and go face man at Felton Phillips. And him party pay 50,000, 49,000 add that, that's something could change. 50, you can imagine you have a government to pay. But you say you want a man where him a leader, a gang where him a leader organized crime organization, may kill much people in the state and it continue when them say 1,000 people and what them doing everything are you. I say this is your one where you have a state within a state. And you turn around and kill off the people them and you still have to send him. Me tell you say them evil, you know. So this is a Bruce contribution. So him say now pay for this and top first. Look here.
Who paid $50,000 to help free Judas?
The exact figure for the payment to the law firm was $49,912.62.
Just tell us, Mr. Prime Minister, who paid the $50,000?
I can't recall. It was party funded.
Party funded. Party funded. Enough people dead. Over 70 youth, 70 body at the first that in Jamaica. Me not like how they, because it take a couple months for Seaga get rid of the amount of people. But this now, over a 24-hour period, over 70 dead. Seaga come out and say it over 100 and add. Then 1,000 more. What are people mash up, you know? Injury and all kind of things, the house mash up and everything, you know. And them same one, them a call phone up and down. You can't kill my people, them and me I go laugh for you, you know. You can't do me that after me vote for you. And then me I vote back for you, you know. That me you can't do me anything. You take me for anything. Me can't deal with that. Me can't make no party. Make you so loyal like the man, you have your pitney. But your body where you produce. So you have to go through it as a mother and them thing and then them turn and destroy all your two sons then. I come and say I'm gonna push out two sons, police after the thing cool down, put soldiers and police take them out and kill them. And then me turn when I run behind them and vote for them again. That name brainwashing. You couldn't get my vote. There is no way you can get my vote. Because that betrayal, you know. You could never, not on this planet again, get my vote. If me a vote for you, could never. Not do it. See? Every time, unless you remember about belly pain and think party sweet no more. That sound like some boss's slave. Yeah. You understand? This bad. So my question was going down there with him. Look at.
Violation of fundamental rights. The Supreme Court this morning.
No, this more I go to. More I go to that one. This first.
Lord is on the run. The country's capital is under a state of emergency, and Kingston streets are erupting in violence.
The cabinet, in emergency session, took the decision to advise the Governor General to issue a proclamation declaring a state of public emergency for the corporate area, effective 6 p.m. today.
Masked men torched a police station and traded gunfire with security forces in their effort to protect Christopher Koch. U.S. authorities say he's wanted on drug and arms trafficking charges. The Justice Department calls Koch one of the world's most dangerous drug lords. U.S. authorities have been battling in Jamaican courts to extradite him. That may soon become a reality, so his supporters are guarding the shanty towns he controls, turning them into a fortress with trashed cars and barbed wire. The emergency order calls for citizens to evacuate their homes under the protection of security forces. The U.S., Canada, and Britain issued travel alerts on Friday, warning of possible violence and unrest in Jamaica. Coke faces life in prison if convicted on charges filed against him in New York. Ed Don.
Right. So this now, look how much people know on that boost, and him at the MP for down that time took over from Seaga. I remember him go farm in one party. Well, one turn, you notice, who Seaga bring on the film regime, when them will want turn leader, them go farm them own thing and do all kind of things, and them have gang of 5 and them have all kind of little things, right? And they make him come back. They make him come back. And him them give him down this. So well, and this, you see, it's a little gang where Michael Mann, the Central Kingston. Patterson, next Prime Minister, we are in Westmoreland. Mama P, out of 2 miles and back to the other side. You don't have to come from your MP and your turn leader. You don't have to come in a one place like you say, yo, a Kingston, East Kingston, you know. So every leader have to start from East Kingston. That is foolishness, that is gang. That is a bad mix. Bad mix. So them go down there. And when they go down there, what them do? Him see man down there, and when you look now the most wanted man, and when you look now, what them do? Kill so much about people them. Meanwhile, him come out, you know. So much of the youth them dead. And other people, so much. Them right now. Like them another body. And then them pick up from down there so and go on with them life. These are evenness. Them you can't come out of history. When you talk about history, you go back on this. No go that. No go that. See? So him do this. I go back to Seaga thinking about me. Just a chap 2. Look how much people them injure. Look how much money this cost the country again. Because of interference and misled. Interference and misled, and that's that bull crap. Because if you say you want to do something, you want to do it. So you do it, but you do make him go and see me and then you fix where you say you fix. Because him still a figure. Then when him depend the ill, them send him thing. Interference, him alive, but the people them dead. Them now say about them loved ones. Over 70 body lie down one place. I want so them pack them over me a pen cemetery. I say, John, look on this. Me not sacrifice no party. You must say, man, you sacrifice your family, not party. You are give man work and a fight for give him work and then him ignore you and every 5 years him come in, him don't even care about you know. I'm careless. You understand? You understand? Trade by Seaga for the war. Him can't win. Seaga win. How much election Seaga win? Mark, stop talking foolishness, man. Me just assure you say him swing for man in there 21%. Him there lower than that. If him there 10, him there enough. So don't write up the foolishness on man. Remove that. That's a foolishness here. Yes. Seaga try everything for winning now. Seaga win back. The snap election. The snap election. He never win 18, you know. I take it and man, they just blow that and them thief up and ballot back, thief and nothing go on. So he never win it. The snap election, no election never even run. So him come back and oppose. How much election Seaga win? Seaga, when him call 89 election, him win it? So man, no, yes. Him no win nothing. See? Him no win no election. Him win none. So you might have things that 2 times Seaga, him no win none. But by give away everything you must have a country. Hold on. People are just damn that you think you can give us something and then you think the country, you sink it and you get anything better. They got a criminal now gonna way better. Right now the people them get conscious and aware, you know. That's how you have Big Mama alone where them could have a radio station and them could have do things. Remember me, listen, me there in every parish. Me. Them now have no influence on the ground, you know. You can see, them ever go through every parish and them foot to foot with people there for decades. I do it. But upon sound system for everything, what you talk about. Say, I mean this, you know. So I say, man, I will honest. Them not have my influence, them are shit. Me not ask. And them now, my brethren, them influence, that's why them fight music. Them are idiot. We are old school. You see? We have more influence than them, man. Them are be. Me know this, you know. But we know there, you know, sermon the teacher, not something where if you come and even, we don't even want to talk about these things. But you have a lot of people when them call me, them know, say, well, we this, and, you know, we do things from the heart. So them not have my influence. No. See? You can't stay upon this and do foolishness and things so you can reach people. We know people in person. We know in person, man. Every one of them parish have run through decades. Yes. And we don't live back, so you know we have link everywhere. You just keep it real. Yes. And them know when me are talking, everybody just appear big TV, you know. Yes, man. You understand? So we know the statistic too, you know. Even if they're about junglers. We know the statistic. So we know that Seaga them are winning at 80. With ballot box and everything. 83, you know, IMF a pressure him and then him put the bus in a 83, him get rid of them, then start close down the hospital, them and do all down size up everything and start sell out and doing bag of foolishness. We know that too. Remember, me live through it. And nobody will tell me this. See? All right. So this is a blues thing. So I'm going to move from blues and we'll come to Andrew Holness now. But look at Andrew Holness. Let me start him with this. Let me start Andrew Holness with that one at first. Yeah? Yes. We have some man with there, man. You see? Let me start Andrew Holness with that one at first. Him come first. Him come in. And promise from poverty to prosperity. After them mash up, those them did mash up this. Can remember me have the whole thing when I show it already, you know. Saying so me just continue my is that me I do a series where me just continue my thing them because I show this yesterday. Them a continue and them a continue, them a beat back this and you know, cause my thing them, you know, me not do no tabloid, you know. Me not have no time to follow them and say look blah blah, me I hold them to account. Anything where them want to applies, you just run it right across the board. Saying because them record no good none at all. Them no good. You can destroy the place like this. Me not put in the money in with them yet, you know. Me just put in something with Andrew. So Andrew come in and him alone could have stopped crime, according to him. Not my word. According to Andrew Holness, him alone could have stopped crime. Not you. Not that him say. Of course, that him say. Him alone can't stop crime. Sheva. Me not put in Sheva. Sheva go on with one bag of things too, you know, I'm not good enough. But me I thought the 4 verse one them out of all. Because you have Sheva, you have the other one. Remember them go on with some little Robin and thing, but Sheva not do enough like what them they do. Sheva them 4 years out of them, you know. Them verse and Sheva not do like what them do. Remember money miss from Sheva and I have them thing that you know. Sheva go on with some little thing too, you know. But Sheva not do not like what them do. I'm a fuck in a 1974, you know, say Seaga when my leader. Because Sheva never win a seat, you know. Sheva never win a prime minister, you know. A dead man seat him get to, you know. Yes. After Donald Sangster dead. Yes. So him get it and then man they push him away. And by 1974, Seaga wrestled that from him and take it over. That's why when Seaga come in and be him deputy prime minister. You understand? Yeah. A dead man seat him get. Yes. Yes. You understand? So Shera, Walter Rodney, you remember let's stop all right. But let me tell you this, Shera and like him, but him not do like what them do. Them do a bulk even more, you know, so you took out the 4 verse one. And then you put him behind it. Uncle Sangster. Me see my move and say my do a little thing, Sangster. With all respect. I remember, you know, I add on and take off with him. I have the thing with Sangster, you know. I'm sure thing with him already, you know. Same, but me don't know, them say, well, them have this and them go to Canada go dead and them thing about, you know. Yes, you know, me don't know them. They not like good people still. Same? Yes. She will get dead man seat. But me could talk to Andrew Holness now. So Andrew Holness come in. And him going to call them 5 in 1 and do a kind of thing. First him come with Zozo. Then him come with state of emergency and him use it right through and him use the next measure. Him use it too. You understand? He used the next measure. See? So them get rid of Sangster, man. See? I better sang me rather see a Sangster more than any one of them, you know. Yes. Yeah, man, me rather see a Sangster more than any one of them. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, man, man. See? So Andrew come in with this. And then when him come in with it, you know, him start lock up from left, right, and all over the place. And go where people them see him where them know where the rest of them go through. But him say him was there in the cabinet when them use state of emergency. So him come back and say, remember him alone could have get rid of crime. And by 2017, him have the highest murder rate, the third highest murder rate, for them watch 1647. Bruce have the highest 2009. 1683. But you still Big Mama pick out 2005, you know, 1670 something, 73, 1670 something. I show the murder rate. 1683 there is murder rate. And I show and then 2 term and nearly 13,000. For 2 term. These are the worst 2 term in the history. And we put Bruce term on it. Bruce at around 8,800, nearly 9,000, you know. 1 term. Well, Andrew and Bruce share it. Can remember Andrew they get peace side. So you can put it on him 2 term. And then gone over 21,000 so last with that 3 term, JP 3 term. 21 over 21,000. So not number. Don't call like a figure. See? See, first thing when I'm drawing for you,
Constitutional and a violation of fundamental rights. The Supreme Court this morning ruled in favor of a man detained without charge during the 2018 state of a public emergency in St. James.
Listen this.
The man had challenged his detention on the basis that his human rights were violated. And Jamaica Maitland was in court this morning.
For almost 8 months, taxi operator Rashane Clark was detained under the state of public emergency in St. James roughly 4 years ago. This morning, a 3-member panel of judges led by Justice Chester Stamp declared that not only were sections of the SOE regulations unconstitutional in allowing security forces to arrest and detain citizens without charge, but also that Clark's detention was a violation of his fundamental rights.
These regulations were declared unconstitutional as they gave the authorities unduly unfettered power to abrogate the fundamental rights of a wide class of persons in society without evidence establishing that they were reasonably justified for achieving the purposes of the state of emergency.
Queen's Counsel representing Mr. Clark, Michael Hilton, described the ruling as important in Jamaica's current climate.
The court also ruled on the way in which our particular client, Mr. Rashane Clark, was detained. The circumstances in which he was detained, the multiple times that he was detained without charge.
As it relates to his client,
263 days in custody without being charged is a whole long time to be in custody without being charged. And we're happy for the decision that was made today by the court. And I'm sure when I get in touch with him, he'll feel very elated.
The court also awarded Mr. Clark $17.8 million in damages for the period. Queen's Counsel Michael Hilton described the landmark ruling as timely, following Prime Minister Andrew Holness's declaration of a state of public emergency in St. Catherine this morning. But while he wasn't able to determine whether this one was justified, he did say it should impact how the government goes about the detention of people during the enhanced security measures.
The decision should provide some guidance to the state and to the security forces as to how.
So him come up with this and spend billions with themselves because each time when them do this, them can thief money. And Joe is now in 2018, 2019, after them come up with the IC. When you look now, you know, so much youth are dead, you know. And them and so much people are dead and them watch. Film 2 term over, me said him have the third highest murder rate in 2017. 1647. See? And old people are dead. So last year them come them around put the figure, them not release it. This year them coming out hold it back. The year just start a lot about murder gone down. No. You have to check the whole year. If you know mother God no. Because remember, you know, people now for dead. Do all of January and then think you just get up February, look at 500 there. You have to check it by the year. You can't make 1, 2, 3 years and then not tell me, say, yes, everything good. You can't tell me that. That's a big bullshit. Yes, that's a big bullshit. We don't have the job, we don't have nothing for the people. So that no make no sense. So we not work hard for that. But this now, and on this alone, you have the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, and them turn around and them thief in money. Thief other people money, you have SSL, you have all kind of things. No. Then when you look everything, the Prime Minister all of a sudden get super rich. Him do it, you know, when him just come in, you know. In a Bush administration. Him said, don't you ramp with Zion. So as a Prime Minister, like he must say, ask him nothing. Instead of them charge him, said, nobody look back because we see the breach. Then when we look now, we see some money I want to pan down, and him alone do. Because when them drive for Finsack, them never know some market G in a private, or them full on them in a politics. Porsche carry me in a 2007. That's when and put him in the Senate. That's when Bruce I go on in 2007. That's like a decade after the meltdown. But you say, boy, if this and that, you call the man name and something and the man I watch you. And you don't even pick up that 2007 and put him in the Senate. You understand? And for him get a seat now in 2017, him start in a representational politics. 2017. Representational politics of 2017. Newbie. In that 2017 with us car. But you call the name and the same time minister, you know, when Porsche coming back in 2012. And then put all the ganja thing the way it pass and the one of them thing that pass to please the people, them instead of you anger them kind of the career. Him do it. Remember, you know, them no want a ganja and a rasta, you know. So them want to pass it. Don't make them skip on the line and trickle. It's wrong. But what earth when our owners get so rich now. But on top of the youth, them are can't dead squad kill out the youth them now, you know. So when it's at the verse, we never see a prime minister. Well, we see, voilà. We not see a prime minister. Let me take back that. We see one prime minister, but when the things are rich, let me draw him up first. And don't look where Andrew run through. Look here. Let me draw up that one here first. That one here. Was Seaga. See it front of your thing where I'm saying company weighing up people. Let me just read this. Because this is Seaga. So Seaga did all have hotel and thing with him. Don't never have it before, but him have it after. So Seaga, let me just open it when I can read it. So the richness, Andrew want outlook and is a red eye smaddy, you know. He want the outlook. Seaga company was 443 million. And you see that town and country is what? Him have town and country, him have a hotel, and him have other things. When Seaga done, Seaga well rich. Field hotel operating company, which JP leader Edward Seaga put up for liquidation 5 months ago. And this are 2 or 4, you know. Mark Golin, they don't sell it or nothing yet, neither, you know. 2007. In coming at this, 2007, them came over there. In the private thing. 2 or 4 days. See that? And them say, field operating company, JLP leader Edward Seaga put up for liquidation 5 months ago. All creditors more than 443 million according to statement affairs filed with the authority. Approximately 55% of the debt is owed to government. The government, you know. People National Party, but them not lock him up the same way them does. Saying, of which 63% are 155.23 million related to general consumption tax. The man take the tax and not give it over to the government people. 100 million that. Case over with Seaga wage a long court back. The man carry them a court feet to backside. Them take it and now and pay it. Eh? Andrew, them carry my court. So Andrew carry the Seaga in a court now. With the amount of money where him have to. Town and country was employed just over 15 million in outstanding wages and redundancy payment. And over 25.5 million for employee related benefits. 22.35 million to the National Housing Trust. That means money this where you collect, you know, give it over people, him have it. And 3.29 million to national insurance scheme. The NIS. So keep these money too. The lawyer Don Cox owed nearly 3.8 million for a fight in the GCT case at Privy Council. Our Privy Council got to backside. If you not pay the money, people. Yeah? And you know, come and carry the IC gun a court. A death squad that kill out the people them pitney. Right now, every day it's a police kill man and say a confrontation and that's a lie. Yeah? Every day, people are drop off everything are going, but people are dead. Kill them all if you don't say, yes, crime I go this, crime I do this. You don't, them just go with a name and kill you. And give you 38 to nobody. Ask, let me tell you something where you know them at the life and people. Them, when them import gun, we never see any gun in a barrel with a 38 come down, nobody buying a 38. None. That's a long time police gun, so them can take one and go put on you. 38 revolver. If a man there, you do this so. And you say, go man and bow it, drop on him foot. It now going away. Nobody now going, no, 38 not going away. See? So nobody want to send a buy a 38 for us send and all kind of things. It's not a 357 Magnum. It's not a 500 Magnum. Them barrel gun there, you know, a powerful revolver, 38 revolver. 38. Come on now. Come on now. You kill man and I put 38 for them and attack foolishness. And then you kill man in a bed. No wanted man. Now go lie down in bed. Every one of them wanted man, them wanted and you know them bed as sleep and you go catch them in them bed. Which part ever hear that? Them all are right to each script and tell life front of you, them go to prison. We are build case against them, you know. Wait when the government change, man. Them are joker. You cannot kill out people at peace and journalists like this. This goddamn these are murders. Yes, the murders. See? You now catch a wanted man. Which wanted man and people and them name call them now staying in them yard much just in them bed. Can't lock them doing the business and have job and police come wake up and shoot you one shot and two dry out and then tear shoot out. And the place will shoot up and nothing, you know. And then repeat this over 70 a time ago, 80 a time now. Since year start. Yeah. You understand? Look what Seaga, look at Seaga take all the tax money and everything and keep it, people. He keep it. The man will have hotel and have everything. Yeah? But Andrew Holness are the worst. Look at Andrew Holness now. So the people them are dead. When I'm not talking about us, the dead alone and them thing there. And the amount of thing where him come down now, we live in a one room, barn and go in a one room, then 2 room, I have around 3 father. 3 different father claimants, by the way. So I'm going to talk on here. You have a father where you talk about, then you have Bramwell where them are push, and then you have a no-name father now, where we just say you are female and them thing, they have to go do a blood test and make them stop it. Okay, it don't sound good here. It don't sound good. We just repeat what them I say. See? But it don't sound good. You know the truth and tell them to stop it. Yeah, it don't sound good, so tell them stop it. See? So I could go to Andrew Holness now. I could look for some money now are you. Where you get them from? Look at people. Look on this. Andrew draw 150 million one time. 150 million. 120 million. The man had deposit 100 billion. Million. No big company have them liquidity. Listen, my man. Eh? Andrew money so tall that we never know we can't talk to Andrew right now. 3 bank account around 470 million. Eh? The man have SSL them in a 2021 and put 140 million through that. When we read the report, what them attack, you know. Yes. But I get back your money, you know. I know. See? Yeah. You see me I say? You don't get back your money. Andrew, the amount of money where we see in person, we don't know how. I remember, you know, all right, hear these people. Hear the wickedest part. The man, you see my cut ribbon, every minute you cut a ribbon. Never a house, he might cut it on a water, he might cut a ribbon. So you see him, for a day where you see him, but you're still in business shell company. When work the money, remember, you know, my prime minister, We don't see him have nothing else. He wasn't a businessman. He man a liar, he man a businessman, never worked that day before him bad, before he go into politics. Never work. Never have a job. Like him a leave from a job and you know him a liar, I'm a doctor, real doctor, him that work or something. No. He might go know for use generalship. No, we don't know him with no skill and no trade. See? No, we don't know him with that. Give up the gap here because him study Mandela and my plate when him talks, him study Portia and him study PJ, him study them because him a look 1994, him say I watch back Peter PJ when PJ talk about road 30 years ago. Same sit down and him study this before him right. Same as him I play them game yeah. When the people them come truthful, he might come with some different thing. Saying? And I trick people know you can't have a permanent, you're not supposed to dip on the ballot box. The people them are dead have a concern to you know. When the police are going and killing you know. Can't say meet your maker. And you see what the police them are do. With no concern in the world. So them don't respect the justice system neither. So them they commit crime. We have to deal with them. Him are the worst. In a space and a time, so much people dead and them watch. The police them just go and kill them. Cold-blooded. And tell lie. Cold-blooded. None of them gonna shoot out. Now if someone may show you sometimes it's unbelievable. In your bed, them come wake you up and then you get up and you bust a one shot off of them and no, you never bust a shot. You have a confrontation and then shoot you and then them get a gun off of you with how much live round. Same argument, just repeat. It's in your bed, in your house. No bad man. You can't catch him in a house in a bed and sleep because you might if him name start calling him now stay in your yard. But come from get up, we know that. We know that. Yes. You understand? Him can't tell me nothing. This is joke. See it? So them out for kill out what I get to you them. Yes. Yeah. Yeah man. All right. You see it? A true man. Yes. See? So them 4 years when I put up, yeah, so let me put them up back. Them 4 years the worst. Without no apology. Them are the worst. And them stupid, you know. Them stupid back. See them here? See them there? Zero upon them. Let me zero upon them. Let me see them. I can't zero upon them. See them here? 4 verse. Yes, the 4. The verse. Dangerous. And them hurt to people. And them what? And them and enough people perish. Busta with the Carol Garden and the whole of the rest of them, what them do them. They have the old people, them in 1980 election from 70s come up and be things where Seaga go on with so much of our people, them carry them 16 work and things to our people, them 889 in 1980. 889 soul perish this up. Right? And more than that, you know, that's how them count. You know, and then the old people, God man are blind people for us, they want to get rid of manly. Yes? The worst. Yes? And then you have people encourage and now with Lucy, man. You say you want this man and look when look much people perish over 24 hours. See with them take it to them and do all kind of things. And they must show them. Say them all right, you know. Then him go spend money as a government with man that fill time for them. For lobby US government and you use that criminality. And then you turn around and kill people like dog. And go up on the hill and kill the man up there so. And then one go charge 2 soldiers, none of them, but 2 soldiers. Then Andrew Holness on use state of emergencies also. And by the way, Andrew in 2016-17, him apologized for Carol God, apologized to the Rasta, but them turn around and trim him zinger. No, you tell me the apology I accepted. No. And then them turn around and sit down there and watch the DPP with them put back. This trial, the girl I said, no, she cut her one day. Listen, if you have your ear, you can go pull out your one. As short as the ear see me ear, me can go pull out my one ear, so. No. See, Blacks, you can't take it and just draw, and draw them out and do all kind of things to herself. Fool and she tell lie. And they might love it. It's a boat buying trick. No, that thing good for. But it now work this time. Now work this time. So I'm going to show you something with Sir Mark Wooden right now. Let me show you this. This is what Sir Mark Wooden, I mind them have something because them love to talk about what them call Finsack. You see them dumb. The man come up on the scene like, and remember I'm just like where they put some of them in like Adria marks now when I have no use them put her in the Senate. See? The man come and post a carry up on the scene in 2007. No time in the 90s, you never see me in the politics, in the private life. You understand? You understand? Look on this. Look on this. Hear the question where I ask and hear the answer. Hear this.
And the finance minister hammered home this matter of what Finsack did in terms of the impact on the country's debt and your potential role in that debacle in the 1990s. Do you accept that narrative as put forward? And do you?
Oh, or if you ask the man about him role in the 1990s and the man they bought in the 1990s in the PMP. And that we use a master up, you know. No, you ask. This up them tell us a big mama, them is stupid. You understand? Them stupid. You understand? Yes. No, he might get flush. He might nasty. We don't have the time for you. Let me tell you something. As we said before, when you see we there in a nice little thing like this, nobody push yourself to get flush, man. Because I remember you have a nasty moment. I want this. Paul, remember I like the name Paul for man. You're poor Paul woman. If you go, you're poor Paul woman. Go away, man. Go away, man. Yes. See? All right. Uncle Paul one of my bedroom, me alone me listen to, but my cell phone there. You understand? All right. See? Now, if them did have sense, you know, them want the more fact checking. Yes? You never see this man, Mark Wolin, in the 1990s in a politics. You know, send us coming in the thing, the representational politics in a 2017. You know, you have Dan Webby, but them put in a Blues cabinet in at the time there, and them take in a 2007, him did over post a similar part, right? Them put Dan Webby and then them turn him now 1/3 our minister, right? Yeah, you remember like big up yourself, right? You know, see Mark Wolin in the politics no time in the 90s. But you still come out with the foolishness. Yeah, Mark Wolin I slam him now. I some like Wolin now. Can't remember him a plate, you know. I'm not a plate, I want to listen it on yourself. Now play this, but I'm not a plate, and you know when him come in politics. A matter of fact, and I like representational politics. I just in the Senate them put him. Like anybody Jamaican, you could ask to come serve in the Senate and then you go back. So anybody in politics, you understand? Say, just watch this. Watch this, hear this.
Prime Minister and the finance minister hammered home this matter of what Finsack did in terms of the impact on the country's debt and your potential role in that debacle in the 1990s. Do you accept that narrative as put forward? And do you feel that Finsack, as it played out in the 1990s, was damaging to the Jamaican economy?
What has been a real waste of expenditure is over $100 million that the government spent on a commission of inquiry, which has not delivered a report. That's a scandal. Over $100 million spent on getting the facts as to what took place, and they have not published a report. Finsack ensured that in a crisis in the financial sector, depositors didn't lose any money. Pensioners didn't lose any money. Persons who had insurance didn't lose any money. That was the purpose of Finsack, and yes, it cost the country quite a lot of money, and we took time to work our way out of that. We're now at 68% debt to GDP ratio. That era is long gone. I had no role in Finsack whatsoever. I was in the private sector there. I was an attorney at law, and I was involved in business as well.
So you went there because them stupid. Eh? Because Andrew wants them stupid too, you know, them just come like that. Because me just show you all them evil when them kill our people and do all kind of things and rob money. But him not, them not have no time for say, Andrew can't run back with the 28 bank account and the money that we are run can't work because them a collect. Big mama them a collect, big mama work. And wait, I'm sorry, Sir Mark Wood never asked. I think they say you know, it good if everybody could have paid them taxes. So you know anybody will hold like 1.2 or go 1.3 billion in the radio station, if you make sure it pay. Make sure it pay. I will not lose them license. You understand? Them for lose them license, you know? Continue.
Our way out of that. We're now at 68% debt to GDP ratio. That era is long gone. I had no role in FinSat whatsoever. I was in the private sector there. I was an attorney at law, and I was involved in business as well. So, you know, that was an environment we all had to navigate who were in the sector at that time. And we did it skillfully enough that we never had to ask FinSat for any support. Thank you.
Yeah, in film sector, wait a minute, them never have to ask FinSat for no support. FinSat can bail out some people because the sector go down. Him never ask for no support. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, Union Party, you're good, man. You're good, man. All right, watch out.
Yeah, one final question.
Graham, just before you go, I'm wondering if Nationwide would ask the Prime Minister how is it that he can explain how other people got riches, but he's unable to explain his own riches according to the Integrity Commission.
Bah!
Dwayne?
Bah! I that them for do, you know. I that them for do. So you see, every time them open them mouth, it make it even worse for them. Eh? It's a goddamn disgrace, and I know we are telling them say my goddamn disgrace is coming like him not say. You cannot aid in and abetting criminality and say you know anything about read and all kind of thing. You have to go away. It's a goddamn disgrace. You have to go away. I'm gonna play back, Sir Mark Olin. I'm gonna play back something right now with him. Right? Just you know here when Portia carry him in. Can remember you know Patterson and Portia carry me in. Portia coming at 2006. She won the election 2007. When she last year and then she have a push as a opposition. She have bill she asked who to come serve and that thing. And she tell him to come serve in that 2007. Eh? Remember Patterson before that, you know, and he never did it, you know. And I'm telling you who Portia. Me listen keenly, you know. I'm here when them come in, you know, but me like when them talk, and I could have come say it, you know. But you have to allow him, make him flush them first, and then I point out something to you. Listen this. It tell you when them first, you know, them put him in the Senate. When them ask him to come serve in the Senate. And Senate, you ask Dan Webby, and him go back in a private man, you ask him, you have people, them can call even you come serve in the Senate. Representational politics, and when I'm going to 2017. Okay? Look here. I remember Dan Webby serve a while, you know. But him go back in a private thing. He was a minister, no? Yes. Look here. Mark, look here. Hear this now, Mark. I'm sure you said I hear that. Because we hear the man run with it long time, you know, and you know, say nothing to you know. Hear this. Hear the man career and hear the first time going to the Senate. He never going to the Senate when PJ was there. PJ go away in 2006. That time of the meltdown from the 90s. You see them now have no sense, you know. Dan was brought a senator. Then put him in there. Yes. See? Hear this.
Jamaica. He's the son of Professor Sir John Golding, Jamaica's first.
Start again. Just listen good and listen bio. Yeah, here when I'm going to the Senate and when I'm going to representational politics. Hear this.
Mark Golding was born in 1965 in Kingston, Jamaica. He's the son of Professor Sir John Golding, Jamaica's first orthopedic surgeon, and Lady Patricia Golding, a career public servant. He attended Mona Prep and Campion College. He studied law at Oxford University and graduated with first-class honors. He also attended the Norman Manley Law School, and he got the prize for the most outstanding student of the class of 1987 to 1989.
87 and 89, the year where I study, the year where I do. And here when him starting business and when him going, just listen good.
He got the Commonwealth Scholarship to the University of London for a master's degree in commercial and corporate law. He's married to Mrs. Sandra Golding and they have 3 children. He was called to the bar in 1990. He's partner in one of Jamaica's leading law firms, Hart Muirhead Fatto, since 1993. He's consistently rated internationally as one of Jamaica's leading commercial lawyers. He's co-founder of Jamaica's first investment bank, Daring Bunting and Golding Limited, in 1992.
First investment bank in 1992.
He's co-founder of Proven Investments Limited in 2010. He served as director for a number of leading companies in Jamaica, including Grace Kennedy.
Grace Kennedy, him serve as director with all of the, and I like him under the carpet, you know. Him know it. Yeah, when I serve as director, listen here. They might hear that, you know.
2010. He served as director for a number of leading companies in Jamaica, including Grace Kennedy, Bank of Nova Scotia Jamaica, Kingston Wharves, and DBNG. He served as director of Food for the Poor Jamaica. He's chairman of the Mona Rehabilitation Foundation, now called the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. He is president of the People's National Party and leader of opposition from November 2020 to present. Mark Golding was appointed to the Senate in September 2007 by the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller.
All right, so come on, go back again. Bruce was the Prime Minister from 2007, February. September 2007, the first time she carried put him on the Senate. Give me a Senate seat, 2007. That guy from the 90s meltdown, through Seaga them from the 80s, but yesterday I called this man and mix him up in all kind of things. Because them don't listen, them don't know. I'm gonna play too much time. You know, so the other them that I point it out and like one man, so no point it out yet. Because, you know, when we play things we hear and we listen keenly, you know. Representational politics of 2017. You can hear it. Can you hear it? Yeah, September 2, you know. Certainly the 5 and 2008 when them call him for so. And when him turned the minister in 2012, yeah, him up on the Senate, you know. And him got change up the ganja law, do all kind of things for people, you know, expungement and all kind of things. It's there. But them don't know these things. So them love going out, him do this. Then they run out again with the man, you know. The one when him over the sperm wheel. He rape his wife, he put it out. His wife 4-year-old and him 4. But you call him say him a pedophile. Me never know. Me never understand what I say, you know. His wife for 13 when he get her pregnant, all them disrespect there. Big dirty thinking Eva Clark would feel too. Look at Eva Clark. It's a Eva Clark baby mother them. Look at Eva Clark. Let me show you what with Eva Clark. Look at. So when I baby mother, Check.Jlp, right? She a one, right? Wickets. Remember look for Wickets. Remember her name. Just look for her name. Patrice Wickets, JP. I see them have how much thing. Look at. Match her name. You see the register number though. And if you go look pan the offense, you see obtain information about federal inmate. You see this? Incarcerated from that. So when you look on the federal inmate who incarcerated, she didn't incarcerated. For what? Cocaine? Yeah. But look on that one now. Other one have the other name. But the other one name. And she have the name here? This is incarcerated too, you know. Tanya De Costa. See a number there, you know. Cook too, you know. Cook. But him a deputy speaker. Your 2 baby mother, including by your yes. But you tell people about one, not go say, you know. Because them love, yes. So you look at the federal thing and you see where them incarcerated for cocaine. 2 of them, you have 2 baby mother and 2 of them in a cocaine and then the youth them run you can't tell me about a thing about you. One of them they publish them though, yes. Tell them tell me your ways and tell me about sperm whale west too. Around you. Can you have you to move good with you? You shouldn't be a speaker of the house, so that me I tell you. We have too much of them people here. round the year, man. Yes, yes, man. Too much of them. But him did run out, so my good enough to carry him and give him a lawsuit. Oh, him a pedophile. Him wife pregnant when she 13. That is so disrespectful. Because them love do this. Big mama them love do it too. You understand? So them run out. Him never even September 2007 abuse and Bustamante must start the same thing when them talk about. But you have to take a man now and mix him up. When a man in private practice and doing private business and never know nothing at all about no politics. A Porsche carry me in 2007. September 2007. Yeah? And put him like how you see them carry out the marks to and put apocalypse or tell them what and put them in a Senate. He was no minister and nothing them time than either. Yeah? Just put him in the Senate because you can't pick anybody from out and put him in the Senate. You know, if you put on a vote, you vote to get people going at the Senate. Same? But this is how them disrespectful. And them misleading. Yeah? Even in the 90s, and that is that, because of this and that, and them never did a September 2007 go up on the Senate. For the first time on the Senate. You can't anybody from out of the public make them serve on the Senate free if them come serve them kind of people, yeah. And some of them just go back in and you might have them going to representational politics in 2017. See? See them, I'm going to play it back again on a year. When them go, so when them talk, could run them, you know. Because this is all the while when them spread all the while. Listen again.
Chairman of the Mona Rehabilitation Foundation, now called the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. He is president of the People's National Party and leader of opposition from November 2020 to present. Mark Golding was appointed to the Senate in September 2007 by the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller. He was Minister of Justice from 2012 to 2016.
Let me tell you about 2012, 2016 after she win. Yes. Point him back to the Senate. Because she appoint him back to the Senate, you know. After she win, she appoint him back to the Senate in 2012 and put the Minister of Justice, because I remember a bright liar, you know. One of the top one that way, and I do a lot of reform. Continue.
Responsible for managing the 2012 to 2016 government's legislative program, and he championed numerous reforms to improve the efficiency of the justice system and strengthen human rights in Jamaica.
Yeah.
He has been a member of the National Executive Council, NEC, of the People's National Party from 2007 to the present.
Yeah.
He has been a member of the Constituency Executive of South St. Andrew since 2008. He was vice chairman of South St. Andrew since 2011 to 2016 and became chairman of South St. Andrew since July 2016. He served as treasurer of the PNP from 2009 to 2012 and then in 2017 to 2018. He's been an executive committee of the PNP from 2009 to date. He has been opposition spokesperson for industry and commerce, justice, and finance and planning during his parliamentary career. He pioneered Jamaica's ganja law reform, for which he has been internationally recognized. He's leader of opposition business in the Senate from 2016 to October 2017. He was chairman of the Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives from November 2017 to November 2020. And he's member of Parliament for South St. Andrew from November 2017 to the present.
So let me tell you something with them run with. And you know the 90s, I'm not going into this. And confident because I and them do this. This man never ended when Patterson leave. Mama P carry not 2000. You notice everything from September from 2007, 2008, 2011, and before that. And a 2000, and a 1990, and nothing like that. Just when him leave and him married and him set up in business and where do. But yesterday I call him name and attack all kind of things when I go so. But me know say I'm gonna walk them. And to walk them with some lawsuit for them lies. So that's why I stay now. You call me, just make push up something because we heard before where they take me and put me all in a UK in sometime where you can see everything documented from 1986. So when you catch me and put me at some place, me over there watching you know. Because me lawsuit, you know, I'm a win lawsuit, you know. Me do it, man. Yes, me do it. Do it before. You understand? Yeah, man. See? I'm worried some boy because sometimes they just come out and chat for them and chat like we're not serious. But we're serious. I mean, some G well serious. But this all them lie. So you can't catch them on them like, come like when them tell lie, you know. Because when them tell lie, when you want the first one, them tell the lies, them and you pack them up. And then you rubbish them without the proof. That's why I don't do tabloid. I don't want to do tabloid. I don't want makeup. See? I don't want makeup. You know what? I put the four of them here. I have the other one where you get dead man see, but the other one, then I'll songs them do some nice things them, you know what see? Yeah, I don't see film about them get rid of him gone. Then I'll songs say, notice me, you know, you come out and send about songs that don't. Yes. Can we run songs that thing before? You may see well I shuffle on. So I could think 167 to, you know, with some money and thing with them get and, you know, if we do some billing and them chop off some money. Come have that thing there and if run it. See? So we know it. You have to know your history. You know, come out and talk like, oh, the other one come out and say, Bustamante build 160 school. Tell him for name there. Him say it, you know. Fisher, they say it, you know. Hey, I don't know. Hey, I don't know where Andrew get them people from, brother? Eh? Where you get them from? Who said? I'm going to go down to that. Busta. It's a Busta build 170 school. I'm going for Busta. Busta. 160 school. Busta. Busta first year. And ask him at the school name, because we know the school name, how long the school name, you know. Eh? Now play it. I can come up here because the queer way I say so. This is the
greatest political party in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
When Sir Alexander Bustamante won the first competitive elections in 1960 or the early 1960s, one of the first things he went about doing is building approximately 180 schools across Jamaica. Because later
180 first in the 1960s, and Boston stay in the 60s we matter about. Because April when Sir Norman Manley run the election after, remember when they want to do the integration with down the Caribbean and they run it? Eh? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See? Remember when they want to do that? Eh? Busta not build them school are not like this. Busta build 100. Much him say 180? Busta build 100. Ask him where Busta build the school them over Jamaica. 180. We were talk Casey and George and them school. We don't know Calabar and them school. Busta build them. 180 of them. You so long them school are come though. Eh? God wish my Busta build 180 school. Eh? You understand? Eh? Yeah. They know about the murder, man. You know, it's also them stay, you know. You hear this? This now, you know, it just outright lie and fool and stupid. But oh, you put him now and turn him in now. And this was a journalist. Hear this?
the Labour Party has been at the forefront of building the education sector in Jamaica for a long time. I want to big up our Minister of Education, Favour Williams. Favour has been taking tangible steps to improve the education sector in Jamaica. There are 1,010 schools in Jamaica, and Minister Williams has quietly gone about repairing many of those schools. An effective minister. The minister has gone about passing legislation to build accountability in the teaching sector. The minister has also made unprecedented investment in early childhood education. I want to big up the Member of Parliament for East St. Andrew. And
so them go on and tell people lie. This is what them do all the time. Them just go on and just tell lie. Nothing factual. Like, and you can't allow them. I tell them to stop this. Stop it. It's not good. It's not good for a country where we have so much done said people. Yeah, you have something you can't point out. One school of Busta bill. You pay total hospital, Bustamante hospital, people look here. Bustamante, history of Bustamante. Remember the school get and show the Bustamante. Can you have it as well? Him say Busta build Bustamante hospital too, you know, and Busta build let them build the most hospital. Nothing go say, no. That a lie again. Him just, you know, when them get, move in front of me, man. Move, man. Go ahead, man. See? Them you have an attack and call them senator. Them you senator. Yes, sister. Voilà.
Maurice, take off your fork. Shame pan way, and shame pan your pooper. And your pooper seed you go shame pan where you so-called dog shit.
Maurice a shame. Maurice there, Paula.
Shame pan you about murder rate. Shame pan your pooper.
Yeah, becoming up. Him was about the murder rate. Him said the murder rate wrong. When around information about murder in the country. Shame. So Maurice, Maurice, them a blast, you know. But say right wrong, Maurice, because you know, say you're gonna get blast now. Let me teach you about the murder rate before I come back to this. So let me show you the murder rate, Maurice. Yeah, the murder rate, what am I put up there, so? Yeah, remember me have the murder rate, you know. Me have the statistic. Yes. So that there, so let me show you the murder rate. Yeah? Let me show you the murder rate. Paul, I blast it to the moon, you know. But I don't know if I'm me, you know, if I shame on the government. But me show you the murder rate. Let me show you the murder rate. Teach you something now, because we only saw we're there for us teach. The same statistic. Let me show you the statistics of murder rate, yeah? Murder. One. Just look on them and look where it come from, Maurice. Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah. Look on this. Yeah.
You know, we are going right down back and we can just go back on the ear. Then.
I'm move this.
I can't wish ear. So I'm just to the ear. And we start from get independence with a 62 murder.
Alright, so we start from that.
64, 70,
alright,
65.
look, Maurice, look. This at the murder rate. And look where I get, look what may I show you. Authentic thing. Because it is there. None of them come do it. It's there, right? Look on this. From 1962.
And all the murder
look.
Time. You know, we are going right down back and we can just go back on the ear. Then I can't wish ear. So I'm just to the ear. And we start from get independence with a 62 murder. And 63 we have 70. 64, 70, 65, 65, 66, 111.
This is the murder rate, yeah?
67, 102, 68, 110.
Yes.
What's over there? 68, 69, 153, 70, 152. 71, 145.
No, we're going to show the murder rate now. Make him see. We're showing the highest murder rate in the place. Yes.
71, 145. Eh? Let's watch them, man. 70.
Let's run it faster. 72, 188, 73, 232, 74, 195, 75, 266. See that nobody watch around you. 76, 367. Remember them documented, them can't change it. On the same police website and everything. 77, 409. Go up, come just show you them fast. That gone too fast. 77, listen, go by. Go down a little bit more. 77. 82. So, but that's a show you all the murder rate that you know. 70, 78, 381, 79, 359, 80. That's a 1980. 89, I come and tell you. You see it? 81 or 490. Continue. All right. 82, 405. 83, you know, they did it. 424. 84, 484, 85, 434. Them are documented from back then. So they can't change. Police statistic too. 86, 449. 87, 442. And them time the people, them the more, you know, when the man is them now around put them kind of thing. I see? Watch this. Yeah. Yes. Yes. But hear this now. 87, 88, 414. Yeah. Yes. 89, 439, 90, 542, 91, 561. Carry them up to, you know. Yes, 90 that, yes. Go yes, sir. 92, 629, 93, 64, 654, 94, 690, 95, 780, 96, 925, 97, 1038. Yeah. 97, 98, 953. Gone up, look a bit too much. Go back down. Yeah. Go here, so now. 98, we go 99. Go on a little bit. Go back. That's a 2010. All right. 98. 99. Let me say 99. Let me say clear.
Let me say 98.
98. Let me go up 99.
Okay, it's 99.
99. 8. Yeah. 849. 2000. 887. 2001. 1139. What? Yeah. 139. Go up more. 2002. No, remember straight in 2002. I go up 2002, 1045. 2003, 976. 2004, 1471. 2005, this is the third highest murder rate. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, of course, Johnny. 1674, right? That's the third. That's the second highest right now.
2002, 1040.
Just watch. 2005, that. Look. 2006, this is a Porsche. 1,340. That 2007 coming from the February 2007. So that February, the whole of the year belongs to Bruce. So that this abuse first year. 1,584. 2007 that. Just watch Bruce. Look on double up. Look. Go up more. All right. 2007. Come over more.
2009.
2008. Look pandemic. Look pandemic. 2007. Yeah, man. The man must stop at 8,000 of them gone. So 2007. That 2008. 16. A matter of fact, 2008 in Ghana next 16. 1619. 1,690. 2009, this is the highest murder rate. 1683. 2010, 1,447. 2011, 1,133. That abuse. Mama P come in the 5th of January 2012. So Mama P, you know. Go at 12. All right. So Mama finger up that one now. I'll finish you off. So me have the statistic, man. We not run around as a Saddam me to the be me, yes, yeah. We work off a statistic. And now with them come and I try rewrite now. We not rewrite nothing, yeah? Keep it real. Watch out. Now we can move on them. Give me too much for yourself. All right, watch you now. We can fling up back that one. See it? Them can't play none with me, no. Because I go from, me start from, that's why my thing stays so, you know. Because I come from way down.
2012, it go down 1,100.
All right, so Mama P there. 2012, 1,102. 2013, 1,202. 2014, 1,005. 2015, 1,208. Where you say Andrew kill out himself and what she now do and all kind of things. And then score ya she there. Yeah? What's Andrew now? He come in 216. 1,354. 2017, this is the third highest murder rate in Jamaica. See that? Look. 2017, 1,647. 1,647. Blues have 1,600 per them thing and a 1,500 and 1,400, you know, and a 1,300, you know. And them the blues have Panama watch, you know. Yeah? Two of them, the 216 alone. A 3,000 at that, you know. Them 2 years alone and put the 15 pan it, you know. Yeah? Yeah, put the 15. That the 15 at the pan it. It not the 5 and 6,000, 5,000 enough. Those them 3 there alone. And they think that the rest of thing pan it gone. Yes? You understand? Think there are 8,000 at that. With these Busta. You understand? All right. See that this is Andrew Holness and it continue. See them here? This is Andrew Holness, 15, 16, 17. I don't know the rest. See them there? The Ongo time, see that? 16. See Ghana 20, let's see there. 18 this. This is the lowest him they get before him come out with the foolishness. 1,280 yard. Then him get this 19 I have so much thing. 1,339, 1,323. Up here them him get. At the other day him get. In a 22 him get. Him say 1,400 and add him get. It turn in a 1,000. It turn in a 1,000. Push up the other one too. All right. So we cannot push up the rest. In a 22 him say him get 1,498. That the turn in a 1,511. I see them leave it like a 1,400 and add for just compare something there. Then push it up and then them push on the other one. 2014 them dry it down. But it's wrong. Him have the highest murder rate for them watch the brightness. So everything I feel. Him sub him keep up enough. So if a murder rate, I have him think them man. Him good man. See? Remember just play a next thing here. Very important. Hear this. So
telling me that they're determined to come out and vote in the coming general election. Some of them, however, are not on the voters list. Well, this Saturday,
play about this.
A lot of people have been telling me that they're determined to come out and vote in the coming general election. Some of them, however, are not on the voters list. Well, this Saturday, the EOJ, the Electoral Office of Jamaica, are opening their offices island-wide to facilitate persons who want to register to vote. So come out and get your name on the voters list by going to the EOJ office most convenient to you and registering to vote. And remember, when the time comes, X beside the head.
100. Yeah, man. You understand? Yes. See? I'm going to play something with Damien there. Damien, where you there? With Damien there. Go play something with Damien, you know. Yeah, I want to play something with Damien. I have to play something else with Damien there. I look for Damien and play something else with Damien, very important here. This we have to play with Damien, right? So, with Damien, okay. Yeah, but them start with this name. This name boy it bad again. Hear this.
I'm making this video just to remind the public that the JLP is on a full campaign of misinformation at every level. Recently, they have circulated a video of a communication that was made 5 years ago when Mark Golding was competing against Lisa Anna for leadership of the party. At that time, all PMP individuals had a duty to analyze the candidates to suggest where they were going. As you'd have heard in the video, I believe Mark Golding is highly competent and he has my full support in becoming the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. What it is that they are not wanting to talk about and seeking to distract from is that corruption have been the highest in Jamaica since they have been in the government. That each and every single one have almost become wealthy in the leadership of the country, and that there is a great concern about their type of leadership. What I don't want to have fulsome conversation about is that they inherited poverty at 11% and is now at 12.1%. What I don't want to talk about is that our children are getting 18% probability of getting 5 subjects. So do not delay yourself with this ridiculousness about whatever. There's no division in the People's National Party. That video that they have circulating is a 5-year-old video, and that was in the analysis of all candidates going forward for leadership. Let them remind you that Andrew Holness was suggested to be not smart and that he was afraid of smart people by Christopherton. Let them remind you that the vast majority of them that is now in government was against Andrew Holness when he was challenged by Audley Shaw. Also let them remind you that they have proven themselves incapable of continuing to run this country. So ignore that and let us move on to 1 degree per household.
So what them do, them go back. I'm never gonna play back Alicia and one of them and one of them. Because they never go on Andrew Holness. That way none of them know. See? Because remember them say not so bright and not so smart. Me have the video. Right? Yes. So when them do them draw back. I tell them say it applies, you know. So when them do this now, you have to draw back tomorrow now, me just draw back Andrew Holness and draw back the one of them where I tell you say Andrew Holness, him no good, him a this and him a that. You see, Andrew just have some people with some wanna pay them for. They won't make it. Remember, we applies it across the board, you know, brother. Remember, you have candidate, you have them thing they run already, you know. So when them go draw back that and say, the PMP divide, the people know this a bull crap. Same so like how them have a woman down Westmoreland named Chino in a Roger Clark constituency. She and the other one, them have said, you have one of them depend them Twitter now put up the woman every minute say, she and doing this and she and them and she know not this and them divide. Why these people stay this kind of way? It not help, you know. And I can't tell you say I'm wrong, him can't win back that seat. That is Roger Clark's seat. And the people them that say the mistake where you make right now. You understand? You can't have them wrong there. Remember do wrong things, you know. Me like, let me tell you something. If you come from a background where you never break the chain, like the mental chain there, and you see somebody up there so break the chain, you can't have leaders for country, finger cement. That never work. If you have leaders for country with moral standing. Not no leader, everybody can call them and call them all kind of little thing and the girl them bug up and all kind of things. Yeah, I'm best baby father and some foolishness. You can't have them there for look up and you will never get a better country. Especially when them finger them have sticky tape on it. You don't want them leader than I am. See? Even if you yourself, you're acted that you're gangster and think you don't want them kind of leader, you want somebody who can lead. So if your life is not bad, you're picking them all right. You can't look up on them for lead you, man. Who can look up on Andrew Holness about him a leader? Andrew can't lead. Andrew lead what? Andrew Holness? Sir Mandy was Sir Mandy who them can't walk against it, you know. The amount of conscience and the thing them when put in where everybody have benefit of now, especially them housing thing there, you know. And when certain parties come do, you know, right, make no phone now watch me right now. No for who know where drive, couldn't drive. We never have the highway for drive panada. It never was the dream for Seaga. A matter of fact, when him start the highway, Seaga burn it out and say, food, this is a garbage. Yeah. But you know, put him name for highway, put him out for money to win the Jamaica and don't forget real and wake up. This is so disrespectful. This is stop. Me don't talk. You understand? I'm going to go eat, maybe clean up. No, but you know, so I have more of them kind of show you because the education about now, I forgot to sit down and watch again. Them show you. And like you hear Sir Marky G, I tell you, when you try to get rid of stuff. Yes, this uncaring criminal government has to move. Me don't talk. I remember, I know them brain not too good, you know. Them brain not good. Because when you listen to the finance minister, like when I tell you this morning show, you have to rub her out. Because if you can find food and somebody even could have buy you a pro box and give you and say yes. Use this kind of work where you not get paid. Them might help push you down even more because there is no way you can sustain it. A car need money for sustain. In a Jamaica context, a lot of money. Because you have to license and insure it, and the license insurance are cheap. And plus you have to have wheels and tears. And you have to can buy gas. Yes. And that's the way you work. You can pay like bill, you can buy food. You can buy a pound of chicken, but you want a car for that. I'm saying you have to maintain these things, man. Now follow them. I'll be a crap them talk about, you know, so even keep it on more, you know. Be a crap. Anyway, me out. Yeah, later.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in and them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber day.
I'm not up, not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, and she straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bullman, we send us the glamour. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter, put up in the rhythm, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.